Hey guys, I'm about to redo the video um, from class today. So I think my stuff was failing today because I didn't use two CPUs. So now we're going to try to fix that. All right, so here we go. Um, First thing you do is you go here, right? And then you go to compute and VM instances. This is Google Cloud, by the way. You just create, and I'm going to call this Kubemaster, right? That's what we've been calling it this whole while, Kubemaster. Um, and I am in Virginia, so we'll just look for somewhere close to us here, which is in Northern Virginia or South Carolina. And I'll use US East 4A. I'll just use A, and we're going to use, let's see, compute optimize. So CPUs from here is like from 4. It's 2 CPU, and then it's going to be, no, that's like 4 CPUs pretty much. Let's see memory optimize and see how much CPU they're giving. Still too much. Let's go to general purpose and look for something that has like more CPUs. All right, so we want 2 CPUs. The memory, no, that's too much memory. All right, 2 vCPUs, but 16 gigs, that's still too much. We just want, let's see this, 2 vCPUs, but 2 gigs of memory. That, what? Why can't they just give us what we want? Why can't we like make our own? That's why I hate some of this stuff sometimes. 16 gigs. Let's look for something better. All right, let's try another one. Let's see, E. All right, 2 vCPUs, 8 gigs of memory. 2 vCPUs, 2 gigs. Okay, you see, now we have something useful. 2 vCPUs and 4 gigs of memory. E2 medium, that's what you're looking for. All right, and memory, 4 gigs. Not bad, absolutely not bad. And for here, we want to change this to CentOS. All right, not Debian. This is going to be CentOS, and on the 20 gigs, not bad. We will use 20 gigs and select. So we're good on that part. I want to open this. I want to open this too. Okay, I'm going to open some more. Let's see what more we can do. Network, disk. So we definitely aren't going to open it from here, but now for APIs, open the APIs or everything, okay? If not, it's going to fail. And create. So we're crossing our fingers and hoping that was all the problem we were having was because we didn't have a CPU optimized. We just had one vCPU, which is not good enough for what we were trying to do, all right? Now we're going to connect to it here, and let me try to resize this a little bit. Now, once this connect, we'll try to update. Once it connects, we'll update the OS. Right, so sudo-i, sudo-i, and then yum-y update. Since this is on the cloud, we don't know when the last patch did, so we'll just do that. I'll pause the recording for just a little bit while this updates. Okay, so pause recording. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to pause it. I'll just create a second machine. All right. This is going to be the node. So create a new instance, and we're going to call this kube node 1. So kube node 1. Right. Pretty much the same thing here is going to be where's that? Northern Virginia. And for a was it memory, was just general purpose, but up here 2 and 4, what we're looking for was 2 and 4, right? 2 vCPUs, 4 gigs of memory. That's what we got. Then change this from Debian to CentOS. All right, CentOS 7 and persistent disk. Let's just do everything the same, like exactly the same. Open the APIs for everything and just check these two and double check, see if we don't have anything. Okay, looks like we don't have anything unchecked. Create. While that one is creating, we're gonna create another one, node 2, create instance, node 2, node 2, all right. And with this one, we want to do, let's just look. So you see that this thing, it's not like I'm looking from somebody else. I'm just like thinking this stuff out and doing it, right? Most of this IT stuff, you gotta have to try to copy somebody's head. Like the person who was creating this stuff, what were they thinking? And then you try to replicate what they were thinking by doing what you're doing. As you can see, when I'm selecting this US East 4 Northern Virginia and US East 4A, it's just some place that is close to me. That means the next network from here to that place is going to be faster, right? My application will be faster around this area because the data center is actually very close to me. So I'm just like thinking when I'm designing, I'm thinking about every possibility that's going to make my application better, work faster. So do that. It's up to you. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but I think what I'm doing makes some sense. And I'm changing this to CentOS. And again, the reason I use CentOS is because, first of all, we're trying to be Red Hat admins, right? So you don't want to be doing Ubuntu and doing everything other than what you want to be doing at work. I'm not teaching you everything else. I'm teaching you Red Hat. So this is it. All right, this is what you're using. You're using the Red Hat operating system or CentOS. You don't need any license for CentOS, right? So that's good. So chose this, create that. Okay, so that's been created. One more, so we have like a whole 3 node or 4 node cluster, even a 5 node cluster. So I'm gonna create a new instance. Just keep doing this until you feel satisfied, all right? So here I'm going to call this kube node 3. Oop. 3. So there you go. Northern Virginia. You could leave the default one if that's what you want, no problem. For this one, you don't have any choice. This is the lowest possible one that you can get that is close to Kubernetes, all right? 4, all right? And then CentOS again. I'm just going to keep talking each time I do it. You're not going to get used to it. CentOS 7. Disk and stuff, 20, that's all I need, all right? And check allow full access to cloud APIs and all of this stuff and create that. Okay, let's create one more. Okay, so at least we have like 3 nodes or 4 worker nodes and 1 master node. All right, so click again on that. Coop node 4. Okay, so the 4th node is still going to be deployed in Northern Virginia, data center US East 4A. Okay, the region is US East 4, and the availability zone where the data center is available physically is in US East 4A. I don't know exactly where this is in Northern Virginia. Maybe they're hiding it. Who cares? All we know is we're using it to build clusters. And what else? We just do this. Pretty simple stuff to do, right? Now Debian CentOS 7. Okay, all that stuff. Don't forget to check Cloud APIs and don't forget to check these 2 boxes. So now we have 4 and we're already connected to the master. So let's go configure our master first. All right, now we have at least 2 vCPUs. So let's cat. Let's see, CPU info. All right. So I want to see my CPU info. It's gonna show me everything. Is this like what I was upgrading, or it should have 2 of this, right? CPUs, processor 1. Okay, this is 1, and then up there should be another 1, another processor. See, so we have processor 0 and processor 1. So those are 2 processors, right? So that's 2 CPU, central processing unit. First processor 1, and then second processor is 2. You could do this. Type grep for processor, right? And then the word count. Pipe word count dash. Is it L or C? Let's see L first. So you see 2. So we have 2 CPUs. Okay. Now let's type free to see free dash H for memory. This is pretty close to what we asked for, 4 gigs of memory. So yeah, at least this much is available. All right. So let's continue. Just check for our memory and our CPU, and we're good on that end. Now, we were already connected to the master node. We've already upgraded the master node. Now we want to start entering our, just copying and pasting, all right? This is what we just checked, and that's good. But you don't need all these 6 gigs. Honestly, you just need 3 gigs. It says for the worker 1 CPU and 3 gigs is fine. For the master, 2 vCPU, 6 gigs of RAM. But this is just, it works with 3. All right, it works with 3, and we're using 4, so don't worry about that part. Okay, Now, that was the first thing. Second thing is to disable firewall. So we're going to copy, paste it, stop the firewall. Second, we're going to disable it. Okay, copy, Control V, paste that part. The third, we're going to swap off. We already know swap is not enabled for these cloud virtual machines, but there's no point. It doesn't hurt for you to just enter the command, even if it doesn't do anything, just in case, right? All right, so now SC Linux, we want to like disable that stuff too. Copy, paste, set it for 0, copy, two. All right, so we're done with the second, and we'll have to do this on all the nodes, like regardless, we have to do it on all the nodes. The second thing is to create the repository to download kubeadm and kubectl, kubelet, right? So let's create it. Copy. Just currently enter. The repository has been created. Next thing is to install it. You just copy here. Copy. Paste it. So we wait for it to download all the packages, right? The packages are Docker, kubeadm, kubelet, kubectl. That's 4 packages. And then want to disable excludes of Kubernetes, right? Now we want to enable Docker and start Docker, enable kubelet and start kubelet, right? So let's just wait for that stuff to finish downloading packages. Copy. All right. That's done. Paste. Okay, that's done. Now kubelet. Let's copy for kubelet as well. Copy for kubelet and paste it. All right. Let's do all of this stuff in here. The IPv, the network. As you can see, we're using CentOS, so let's create the k8.conf file with that configuration for IPv6. All right, and then restart cctl, or just push that configuration forward. Push the one for IPv4 forward too. And then the next we're doing is cctl command C. All right, everything is good there. And for this file, all you have to do is echo 1. Okay. that file has been created. Now we reload the systemctl daemon. Add those configurations in your system. Add this configuration in your system, copy, paste. So now it says rename your master node, right? Like since we're about to work on the master, let's rename this master node. First, let's check vi etc host name. It already says good master, but that's fine. Master. Let's check it anyway. No. What was I spelling? Host name, host master, host name. Good master, right? That's good. Quit. Vi etc hosts. Okay. And I just want to add with these other guys here, the public IP address. The public IP address for this is, let's see. See, it's the external IP, right? Is going to be 35 dot something. That's what I'll use to create my cluster. Copy. I didn't ask you to go anywhere, both of you. Command V. All right, I'll call it right. Ping Kubemaster. So it's good. I also want to check etc sysconfig. This is CentOS 7, Red Hat 7. So all right. I'll call it Kubemaster. Well, things are looking very good up to this point. You know, things do disappoint sometimes, but not a problem, okay? The stuff that we just did, like rename the master, all of this stuff is what we've just done manually. We just enter the file change, right? Sysconfig network, we enter, we changed it. Host name is kubemaster. We could just type that directly, like host name kubemaster. Host name. It's already showing here anyway, so we don't really need to do that part. You could do it if you want to and change a thing. So now the master has been configured. Now moment of truth where we do this here, right? And hope for, cross our fingers. Okay, in class it failed. So we're praying that it was just because of the CPU thing. All right. So we're trying to create the master node now. Command V and press enter. Right. So this might take a minute or two, but I got a minute or two. I'll just wait for it. All right, keep doing your thing, take your time, take your precious time, you know? No one is judging you for being too slow. And I'll tell you a little trick. Copy this like this, Command C, just copy this like this entire top browser, you see? Copy it, copy that. You could take that to here, right? So you could create a tab here and paste it, enter, and say connect. You see, it's now part of your browser, so you don't have it sticking out here. All right, I don't like it sticking out here. I just like it to be part of my browser. All right, so it has created this token. It has created the token, this token here. Hold on. It's created the token, right? And this is the stuff that you want to copy because you're going to use that to join your nodes to this. So what you do is just copy it and paste it in this pad here, in the section, the node section, right? Inside the node section, since you're going to be using it on all your nodes, just right, replace this one, paste. So it's replaced it. Okay. I've opened another session of this on my browser here, right? So what I'm going to do is close this one. I don't need this one since I've already opened a new session for it. But before I close it, let me just at least go through these steps, right? Let's just copy this, you know, paste it, right? Copy the second one, paste it, copy the third one, copy, Control C, pressing Control C, Control and C at the same time is going to copy, and then pressing Control and V at the same time is going to paste. So I think I have all of that set in now, right? Next thing we had to do was to create the network, right? After we do that, then we want to create the network before we're done with the master, okay? So in this tab, let me just use this tab to finish everything first before I start using it here instead. So just Control V to create the network. And you see everything is created fine. So this master is done, right? We've created the master, right? I'm closing this tab because this is the same tab here. Sudo dash R. This is the same master. You see, it still says Kube master. All right. Now we want to go and do the same, like configure our nodes. Let's go configure our nodes. The first node, we're going to SSH into this one. So all I do is just copy this, Command C, right? Close it and paste it in here, Command V, Control V, right? So it's going to connect to Kube node 1, right? I'm trying to do it from my browser directly. I don't want to have too many windows open. And I'll open this one as well, right? Window, just copy this, Command C or Control C for you. Close that window and use my browser to do it. Paste it. Paste it. So it's connecting to node 2, right? We'll copy for node 3 and paste it to. This is node 3. Just copy this. Close the window so you can open it here. That's a trick I do. Connect. And the last one is Kube node 4. Command C. Close it. All right. This is not a short one, guys. You know, it's not a short video, even though I'm trying to do a short video, it's still not a short video. And what we're going to do is, let me shrink Let me shrink this a little bit. Let me shrink it so I can have some space with to work with. Our text. We should be able to copy and paste very easily. So to for the worker nodes, they have to go through the same process, you know, have to go through the same process. Okay, it was easier on VirtualBox because we just went and clone. Here it's also easy because we could just create an image we could just use this to create an image, right? We could create an image from just this one, and then that way we won't have to do the steps we're about to do now. But I'm not feeling like doing that right now, so we just have to painstakingly do what we have to do. And number one is we want to check for CPU and that. Okay, we know, we know when we created it, we know that it's fine. Let's go to number two, disable firewall for all of them. Copy. This is the master. This is the master. We're not worried about the master. We're worried about this here. Right. Stop. Why did it do that? Oh, I have to sudo -i. All right. Password is I don't have a password. Just sudo -i before you do anything. All right. So stop the firewall. Command V. Disable it. Next, swap on, swap off, swap off. Right? Make sure there's no kind of swap existing inside the FS tab, even though we know for sure it's not. It doesn't exist. We're still just going to run the command anyway because we're good like that. We're careful like that. Now, third thing, we create our repository. I think I should be doing it for all of them simultaneously. That's what I should do. I shouldn't just do one and copy this. Control V, enter. Let me do the same thing I've done for these ones for the rest of them. All right. Sudo -i, sudo -i. Okay, sudo -i. Man, this is painstaking. You see why cloning is really good? I have to do all of this. Creating an image is also very good. Now, disable firewall for all of them. System CTL. You know what? Let me at least shorten this command a little bit. Yeah. At least save me some time. Stop it and disable it at the same time. For that last one. For this one, stop it and disable it at the same time. For this one, stop it and disable it at the same time. Okay. The next thing is to swap off. Copy. Command V. Command V. Command V. This one, man, guys, sorry this thing is so boring, but it's not easy to be making so much money and not go through some boredom. It's impossible. You will be bored. He chose the wrong profession to not be bored. You will be. Maybe turn off SE Linux. Maybe turn off SE Linux. Linux. So you see why I opened 3 tabs at once, all of them, so I could just do this stuff on all of them at the same time. And see, V. All right. So now we're gonna create a repository for these ones as well, and then just go all 4 of them with equal speed. Command V, enter, Command V, enter, Command V, enter. All right, so all 4 of, or is it 4 of them now have repositories. Now, for all 4 of them, is it all 4 of them? We're going to install Docker, kubeadm, kubelet, kubectl. While it's installing there, do the same for this one. While it's installing, do the same for this one. And for this one. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait, I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun. So much boring kind of fun. Wait for it. I wish I just did this stuff in class. I wish I would just sit there and read the error message. It was right in my face. You need 2. You need 2 virtual CPUs and you only have 1. I ended the class. How stupid. Like sometimes you're just so tired, you can't wait to just end the class. It's like any mistake you see, you just say, no, I've had it. I've had it with this Kubernetes. You know, these Kubernetes, they are everywhere, these Kubernetes like this, giving people trouble, you know, telling people how they will make the merge. These people from Kumba, you don't know, these natives from Kumba. Why do you think they call this thing Kubernetes? Anyway, enough with the corny jokes. Let's start and enable Docker and then start and enable kubelet. Copy this for the first one. Oh man, I hate when that happens. Copy. Paste. 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 Notes. All the work, the world. Copy. Oh man. Paste. 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 Now that part is done. We want to go into the CentOS correction, right? So we have to do something because it's CentOS and Red Hat. We have to create some files, K8 configuration files to help them with their network issues, their endless network issues. So some smart people have found a way to rectify. Right? Now run this command. Man, I wish I just created an image. This is the most tedious thing that I've ever had to sit through. Right. Now run this other command here. Copy, paste it. All right. For all of them. For this one as well. All right. Then this one. Feels like it's never gonna end. It's just so endless. It's a void. Right. This one. Remember, this is not the master. This is for the nodes. Unfortunately, you have to do this stuff for the nodes. All right. Okay. We're getting closer and closer. All right. Reload all of them. The last one. All right. Now, the worst part of it all is having to rename everything again. You know, so this one says Kubernetes 1. Let's look at the IPAS to see the IP address. We're interested in the public IP address. Do we have the public IP address here? I don't think so. We don't. Okay. The way we see that is here. All right. So this is node 1. I'm going to copy for node 1. All right. So I can't remember. I can't memorize it. Command C. For node 1, remember you have to check what node it is. Look at here. This is what the node is, right? So now vi etc hosts. Okay. Etc host. Go down and paste it. I don't know why they're wooing in the room, but hope that doesn't really bother you. And the name is scoop node 1. That's very important. All right. Vi etc sysconfig network. Add the name node 1. Now you have it. Let's go to the next one. This is kube node 2. So we're looking for that over here. Kube node 2, the public IP address for that one is here. All right, copy that. Control C or Command C. And for kube node 2, sorry. Kube node 2, you go into VI into etc hosts. And go down and Control V, or is it Command V, whatever. Cube node 2. All right, now save it. Right, as Michael, he always used the X to save it. All right, then vi sc sysconfig network, and here you are going to add kube node. You could just like copy this thing here and try to use that instead. So it's going to be kube node 2, kube node 2, save it. Next one is going to be kube node 3. So kube node 3, we want to see the public IP address is Control-C. As you see, the public IP address changes for each of them. We're not on the same network, but thankfully we're on a public network, so that's accepted. Host. All right, go down, press O, paste, node 3. All right, the last here, do the same thing. We have kube node 4 to deal with. Right, kube node 4 is 44. Just copy it, Command C here. Hold on. No way. No. What have I done? This is kube node 4 and it's having stuff for kube node 3. So what happens to kube node 3? Oh, so I have to change this to 4. Sorry guys, I made a mistake. All right, I made a mistake. Don't make the same mistake. You know how to not make the mistake, so don't make it. Okay, vi etc host. I skipped kube node 3, and I went straight to 4. So this is kube node 4. I know some of you guys saw that I made the mistake, Command V. Some of you guys blindly made the mistake too. Yep, I'm not the only dumb one. Some of you guys were just sheep following. Yep, okay. Anyway, let me not stay on the topic, covering up my mistakes. Etsy host for kube node 3. Etsy hosts. Etsy hosts, and this is where I made the mistake. Kube node 3 is here. So I've actually done 5. It's just so painful to have to do that many and then make a mistake. Let's see, human error. And I hope I didn't make any error with typing and stuff. Sysconfig network. Right, in here you want to do kube node. All right, after the long day, the next thing we want to do, so we're done with this part, we want to, so this is only for the master, so you don't do this part for the nodes. But you want to do join, right? For the nodes, you want to join the nodes. So since the master is already running, this is a master. Let's do kubectl get nodes. Kubectl get node, right? And right now we only see the master, right? So remember we copied this and paste it because we were going to use it for the nodes. So I'm going to copy it and start pasting inside the node. So we start with node 1, Command V, right? That's node 1. And it seems to be working, and it says it's been joined, right? So we go back to the master and do kubectl get nodes and see if it joined. You see, we have 2, right? We have the master and we have node 1. Now we're going to do the same thing for node 2, right? So let's join node 2 as well. Paste that stuff in node 2. While that is joining, we do it for node 3, Control V. While that's joining, we do it for node 4, Command V. While that's joining, we just hold on for a second, please. Just give me a second. Let me pause the video and the recording real quick. All right, so I think we have everything joined. I joined it on node 4, node 3, node 2, node 1. And now let's go back to the master and see if we have everything. All right, so we have our 4 nodes all joined the cluster. So we're good on this end. The next is going to be AWS, and for the nodes, it's the same thing. Okay, so yeah, when you have nodes and stuff, use the public IP address and do it using the public IP address. As you see, my cluster is using DNS. It's identifying stuff as node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, not by their IP addresses, which is good, right? And we don't even have DNS. And you know how Google could be very complicated in the way they do things, but we use the public IP address and everything is working. This is going to be, it's going to be hard for you to have the kube proxy, right? I'm going to do a different video for the dashboard, so you could have the dashboard too. But for now, you have the cluster, right? And we mostly work with the dashboard anyway. All right. The kubectl proxy, we're going to get into that in a different video. But for now, we're good. We could do a deployment. We could create whatever we want to create. This is a full-blown cluster. It's not Minikube. So CTL get dash all dash name space. And as you can see, Flannel is the network that we're using here. We're not using Weave. The kube proxy running on kube system. Right. So this is good. I don't know, for some reason, this is crashing for some reason. All right. It's going to adjust itself. It cannot be misbehaving forever. All right. But these are some things. At least our cluster is running. So even this one wants to be misbehaving, the cluster is up. And it has 4 nodes that are identified stuff. Okay, so these are some of the stuff that you're going to be seeing at work, and everybody's going to be panicking like, what's going on? The cluster is having some problem here. This part is not running. It's a part, you know. It's just a part. You could find out what's going on with that part, right? You could do kubectl describe part, and then just paste it. Right, error, the part not found. So you see it's crashing. Of course it's not going to be found. Right? Oh, let's see if the namespace, let's see the describe part dash namespace, just use ns equals kube system, kube dash system, this kubectl describe. Let's spell namespace very well, completely. Namespace equals kube system. All right, so it's describing the part in that kube system. Let's see. Let's look at it very well. I should stop the video now and, you know, just do this. Daemon said, okay, that's good. Since the state is waiting, all right, crash, back off, terminate, error, reason, is there a reason? There's an error. That's the reason for it. Error, really. Okay, so we know that it's a container too, right? So we can try to look for that container and stuff. Container ID, install CNI. This is the image ID, what's the container name? That's what I'm interested in, because with the container, you could like look at the log directly. All right, so this is container ID. Where is the container name? Okay, here you go. Container is flannel. Let's just copy that. Look down some more. If there's another container. All right, there's no other, it's just that container. So, see there, created container called install CNI. Created, blah, blah, blah. Let's kubectl describe this. Kubectl describe. Or logs or something. Kubectl. Dash H. Let's see the logs, how you use this log. Okay, with only one container, right? So we could logs on that part because it has only one container. So let's try to log on that logs on dash namespace equals kube system. And the pod name was, this was, look for the pod name, the pod that we described before. This one. Copy it. and paste it. Oh, sorry, not kube system, no. Kube system is kube dash system. Kube dash system. All right. Error server bad request container flannel in pod, okay? Is waiting to start. Pod is initializing. That's not much help. This really isn't any much help, but that's the error message though. I just showed you how to look at the error message, okay? So with this type of thing, you could just like copy it and take it to Google. Google will help you, all right? But this is how you look at the log for that particular pod, that particular container inside the pod. Why is it trouble, right? Why is that particular part being troubled? C is flannel. I remember what was the container name? Container name was flannel. I really want to see if we could use the container itself. Oh, this is an init container. All right, well, at least we're starting to see some more stuff. Let's see the containers. We have this container here. All right, so yeah, we could use the container itself if we wanted to. So here, there it is. That's the error. Copy that, take it to Google, whatever. If you're having the same error and you feel like troubleshooting, that's what you do. You just showed you how to troubleshoot stuff like that. All right then. This is it for the video. I'm going to stop the recording.